Hi, I'm Nick. I'm here at the European qualification for the big World Championship in Call of Duty next month in LA. I'm here with Joe from Infinity Ward. Welcome, Joe.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
So is this one of the most exciting parts of doing Call of Duty, that you get to see top players play your game like this?
It probably is the most exciting. It's really, really awesome to see the game played at this level. It's really intense, and they make it look fantastic.
How is it doing a game and hitting a balance where you have players like this who play the game one way and still pleasing, the normal people playing online?
It's trying, and it's something that we have to iterate on, and we work very closely, obviously, with our fans and then with our pro players as well to accommodate both.
I'm assuming when you get with any big game, you always get some complaints about maps and weapons and that sort of thing. I'm assuming it's a little bit different, the complaints that pro players have compared to normal public matches.
Yeah, I mean they are different. I don't know some specifics. Pro players, we work very closely with them to have a list of things that aren't allowed, basically, and so we create these kind of esports rule set for them. For our fans, we have a lot of vocal players that are really passionate about the game. Excuse me, and we listen to them as well. And we have a different interface. There are a lot more of them, but it's similar in that we're taking feedback and we're deciding on if we want to address the feedback.
Okay, and how would you recommend, if there's guys out there now who are really into Call of Duty who would like to help you improve some things, where should they go to give feedback?
We have multiple Twitter feeds. You can hit up Tina, you can hit up Candace, you can hit up One of Swords, and we also have our support forums, our Call of Duty support forums that we're always checking. We have people dedicated to getting that. Sometimes we have people posting on Reddit in our Call of Duty subreddit. A lot of the devs check that and kind of peruse that regularly. So there's lots of different avenues to give feedback.
All right. When you look at the players like we have today, what is it that surprises you the most and impresses you the most about what they do with the game?
I've been to a couple pro things, but the initial thing was to see what guns they kind of gravitated towards, the MTAR X, the R5. I get really excited when some guys pull out things like the Bulldog, or you see the occasional L115 sniper pop out. I'm big on the weapons. So that's really cool. And then the other thing is just to see, like I mentioned before, to see them play at this level and to play Search and Destroy and take positions and shuffle players off. And like one guy will be holding one point, and then he'll have to transition to another point so that the bomb carrier can make a move. And you start to see more of like watching like a professional American football match or things like that. And that's what's really, really cool to see and surprising.
What is your favorite weapon if you're doing weapons?
My favorite weapon is the... Oh, that's tough. There's a couple. Honey Badger's always been kind of my go-to, and it's interesting. We see a lot. The Honey Badger gets a lot more love in the public playlist than it does in the pro players, and yeah, that's my favorite.
Now that you mentioned the Honey Badger, how and why did you come into the whole thing with doing weapons that came with an attachment already, like the Honey Badger?
Yeah, the concept of kind of integrated attachments was kind of to shake up kind of the mold of what weapons were in Call of Duty, and to give players kind of like that edge where they could feel like they were kind of beating the system, where they could, okay, I know I can run a silencer on this weapon, so if I adjust my play right, I can essentially get 3 to 4 attachments where usually I'm limited to 2 to 3. So it became just another way to get strategy in the game for players to kind of like go with a weapon they wouldn't usually go with because it has this integration.
Okay, and one last thing I've noticed, started watching competitive players, they discover things that I would never do as well. And one of the things to discover, there was a glitch on the Xbox One where you could peek the bomb site on Freight. How do you, like, do you just assume when you make the maps that they're going to discover things and then you just have to patch it? And how do you go about that, releasing it into a competitive tournament as well afterwards, where you kind of need to get rid of those before?
We have to be really diligent, and we watch YouTube videos, we watch forum posts. We have like great fans. It's like having millions of quality assurance testers, because they'll send us videos who are like, this guy's exploiting this thing, can you fix it? And we'll immediately send it off to the team, verify it, and get it fixed. It's just kind of like, we have so many people playing the game that they are going to find issues, and we just have to firefight them.
Is that then like planned into the game of like when you're developing it? That it seems like because Call of Duty you have the single player, you have the multiplayer, but you multiplayer guys must almost be at least as busy when the game releases as in development before it comes out.
Yeah, we for sure on the multiplayer team we have more of a constant burn, where the single player has kind of a spike towards the end of the project and then it comes down. Multiplayer, it picks up towards the end and then we go through ship and now we have this, our baby's out in the wild and we have to maintain it and we have to keep, we're constantly, not only are we fixing the game, we're constantly improving it. We're each patch we're adding new things, we're reacting to fan feedback and we're keeping the game interesting. So yeah, it's an ongoing process, but we really love it.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.